Hi, so welcome to Canvas 101, which is the training course that I'm designing. This is a training course meant for high school students to teach them how to use Canvas in their classes, because at the high school district that I teach at, which is Amos Alonzo Stagg in Illinois, we use the Canvas LMS quite frequently. And a lot of my students, especially the fact that I teach freshmen, a lot of them just don't know how to use it. So this is meant to give them the basic functional skills necessary to survive and thrive in an academic environment where this is very prevalent. So this is kind of the breakdown of the homepage. Got our little intro video there, and then immediately kind of jumps into, all right, let's get started. Let's get going. Now, I'm assuming that the students do not know anything about Canvas, including what these things on the left are, and we'll talk about a couple of them, and specifically the badges as it relates to the design of the course overall. But when you enter the homepage and then it just says click here to begin, what that does is it automatically takes you into the modules tab and kind of gives you a breakdown of what's going on in the modules. Now I'm going to collapse this one and we'll get back to that in a second. But if we look at the modules, there are 5 modules that kind of break down the topics that we're going to be looking at. And each of the module is set up within Canvas to earn a badge at the end of it once all the items are completed. Now I'm in a test student account to give you kind of like a perspective of somebody who would actually be participating in the course. It looks a little bit different if you're the designer of the course, obviously. But when you go through and you complete all the modules or all the items within the module, what that does is it earns you a badge. So we're going to jump to the badges just briefly, and then I'll show you kind of how it's going to work. So when you go to your badges, what the badge indicates is that you have done all of the things within that module. So, for example, the Module 1 badge means that you did everything in Module 1. Same for 2, 3, and 4. Now you'll notice I have not yet earned the Module 5 badge or the Canvas 101 Gold Ribbon of Achievement. So the Canvas 101 Gold Ribbon of Achievement is how you actually complete the course. And what you're doing along the way is you're collecting those badges. So the way that it works is you can see on the right here these prerequisites. So you build the course by having a module that you must complete all the items for first. When those are all complete, then that unlocks Module 2. When Module 2 is complete, that unlocks Module 3. When Module 3 is complete, that unlocks Module 4, and the same for Module 5. Now within Module 5, you can see that there is an outline that's visible to the students, but it's not locked in. You don't have to follow the outline that's kind of laid out in the module. You can go at any pace and you can jump straight to communication and then work back to grades or work back to feedback. It's completely up to the learner how they want to tackle that order of operations. To give you an example, if I go into the student guide for the Canvas inbox, the student guide for the Canvas inbox is a breakdown guide that gives a pretty thorough walkthrough of what's going on. Now notice that before that was a circle and now it's a check because I completed the task. I viewed the item. Now for this one, it's still a circle because I have not yet submitted the Canvas inbox Edpuzzle. So I'm going to go ahead and go through that part now. All right, so I went through and answered all the questions just to save us the time of doing the actual Edpuzzle, but this is one of the ways where there's a screencast video of me walking through some of the things, and then the learning target pops up in the beginning, and then there are breakdown questions throughout. So throughout the video, I'm doing things with the mouse and demonstrating how to do things. and then there are content retention questions at the end that are assessed. If we go back to our Canvas page, though, when we go back to Module 5 here, we now notice that because I submitted the Edpuzzle successfully, that is now checked off my list. So now the Module 5 complete all items is also checked because I have officially completed all items in Module 5. So if I go to the badges column now, it may take a second to refresh itself. And so what I see now is my Module 5 badge is earned, and because I earned the Module 5 badge, I automatically earned the 101 Gold Ribbon of Achievement. So if I go into the Modules tab, our last module here, once Module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are complete, you automatically earn that Gold Ribbon of Achievement, and you have completed the course successfully. So the way that the badges are set up are meant to provide checkpoint assessments along the way, where it's, because this is a training course that's focused on developing functional skills, it's not really focused on anything that's knowledge-based as much as it is skill-based. If you're able to use discussions and complete quizzes and turn in assignments and check your grades, then that's really the point of the course, is for you to be able to do it. So the best way to assess whether or not you have done it is to actually have you do it and then assess accordingly. So when we look at the Module 5, when you've done these practice assignments and when you've completed the Edpuzzles, those are the engagement pieces that are meant to not only guide the students through, but also serve as a measure of, hey, they did it and they can do it. So if we're, for example, practicing assignments and we look at the assignments breakdown, the practice assignments for the file upload, the Google Cloud, multimedia, text entry, if you can successfully submit a text entry assignment, that the submission of the assignment itself is the assessment. And so I think the badges work really nicely with this kind of setup because it shows that the students have achieved and have demonstrated that they've learned the intended skills, but also kind of keeps it a little bit more interesting than just saying, yep, I did it, because you're actually earning a badge, for example, that you can track and that you have. It kind of gives that that sense of accomplishment that I did something and now I have the recognition, the visual recognition for it. So that is my Canvas 101 training course. It is still in the process of being developed fully. There are little bits and pieces that I still need to develop and make sure that they're fully fleshed out. But overall, that is the general concept of what I'm going for. And I'm hoping to use this in my classes next year. So I do think that this is something that's actually worthwhile and going to provide some tangible benefits to the students.